Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Erik Mahensyah, and I'm going to tell you about formulation of hypothesis. Formulation, well, well, formulation of hypothesis is a research hypothesis is a statement of expectation or prediction that will be tested by research. Before formulating your research hypothesis, read about the topic of interest to you. From your reading, which may include articles, books, and or cases, you should gain sufficient information about your topic that will enable to your narrow or limit it and express it as a research question. The research question flows from the topic that you are considering. The research question, when stated as one sentence, is your research hypothesis. And next is, once you have identified your research question, it is time to formulate your hypothesis. While the research question is broad and includes all the variables you want your study to consider, the hypothesis is a statement that specific relationship you accept to find from your examination of this variable. Remember, your hypothesis must require two or more discipline or one of which is law. This is essential since your paper is interdisciplinary and a demonstration of interdisciplinary process. In your hypothesis, you are predicting the relationship between variables through the disciplinary insight gained in the research process through the year you prove your hypothesis. Next is hints for the formulation of your hypothesis. First is be sure to read on the topic to familiarize yourself with it before making a final decision. You need to make certain that the topic is researchable in an interdisciplinary sense, meaning that there is sufficient published material on the topic in the legal literature, and in the literature of a second or possibly a third discipline to write a 35-page paper. And second is, as note, research hypothesis is more than just a topic. It has two elements or variables that are in relation to each other. Remember that within the word hypothesis is the word thesis. Your hypothesis is what you propose to prove by your research. As a result of your research, you will arrive at a conclusion, a theory or understanding that will be useful or applicable beyond the research itself. And the third is, avoid judgmental words in your hypothesis. And the fourth is, your hypothesis must involve an issue or question that cannot be answered exclusively by the discipline of law. You should try to limit your inquiry to literatures of two or three disciplines. Next is key points. First is, hypotheses are testable explanation of a problem, phenomenon, or observation. Second is, both quantitative and qualitative research involve formulating a hypothesis to address by research problem. Hypotheses that suggest a causal relationship involve at least one independent variable and at least one dependent variable. In other words, one variable which is presumed to affect the other. And second one is, an independent variable is one whose value is manipulated by the researcher or experimenter. A dependent variable is a variable whose values are presumed to change as a result of change in the independent variable. And maybe that's all about what I can explain. Thank you very much for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.